What is up, YouTube? It is Dark Beauty 9825 coming to you live, and today I'm in the storytelling mood. So I'm basically going to be doing a story time on the time that me and my old best friend almost fought a security guard. Basically, I'm gonna just set the scene. We were at school, and it was like a summer day. I remember because I just remember the school was bright because in this one hallway, which we call the flag hallway, it's like a whole bunch of windows, and that's like where the main part of the story happens or whatever. So we were early college students, and the early college students basically you go to high school for half time and then college for the half of the time. But at this time, since it was like either May or June when this happened, we were out of college because college ended in May. So basically, we went to like a couple of classes in the morning, and the rest of the time you were kind of free. You either went to like study hall, or you could go to all lunches. And if you were kind of like a bad kid, kind of like how me and my old best friend were, then you would just like, I don't know, just walk around the school all day. Like that was so fun. But you would just walk around the school all day and just try not to get caught. Which really, I was really cool with most of the security guards, so it wasn't really me getting caught. It was just like my face was my hall pass. The normal day started off like that, but it was this wave of new security guards that came in. Um for various reasons, and this one lady, which she was like a butch lady, so she was like more of a manly lady. She was more masculine. I'm trying not to offend nobody when I say that, but she was just like, she was more of a manly lady. So she had like a buzz cut, all of that. So she's this lady me and my best friend didn't really get along with because first of all, we liked our old security, and these new security kind of pushed our old security out. So it was just like the new security didn't really have a good memo with us. Like none of the kids at the school really liked the new security that came in. So that's kind of like the backstory where like most tension would have came in the first place. So but even out of the new security, that was the one we did not like the most, the lady that I'm talking about. So we're just walking the hallway, and times before, so even before this, she had already stated that she does not like early college kids, which is odd because the early college kids tended to be the more smarter level kids, because you actually had to take like an assessment and write like 5 essays and have a certain GPA to even get into this program, because you're doing actual college work and high school work at the same time. So you have to be of a certain criteria, because that isn't for everybody. It isn't easy. So it was kind of rare that anybody would not like the early college students, because we tended to be the more better acting kids and the kids that got the better grades. So I used to just kind of brush it off a little bit, because it's like, that's a hater. Maybe she had a hard time in high school or didn't get her GED or whatever, which is why she's like the little puny security guard that she is at this high school. So that's just kind of what I'm thinking, and my best friend, of course, we thinking on the same line because we're best friends. So we're just kind of like ignoring it. But my best friend was not always there all the time. Like she left to be with like her boyfriend most of the time. But I was like always there, just with like my health doc teacher. So that also added to it, just the fact that it was like a double threat, because double trouble, because it was me and my best friend. So we're just walking in the hallway, or like around in the hallway, and she says it again. Because I think we had previous, something probably happened earlier that day, which I can't remember. I'm not even about to sit up here and have the time to think. But basically, something happened the day before where she commented something, and we just kind of brushed it off, except for my best friend, because she just has a mouth, and she just, I don't know, she just goes off on the dots. So I kind of hold back a little bit, but she just goes all off. So they had a little altercation or whatever. So we were walking around the school after lunch, and the lady just gone, when we was walking past, she was like, I hate early college kids, like y'all never such and such. And we basically turned back to her like, who are you to even say this to us? You are a grown lady. Why are you talking to kids like this? Like, I don't get it. Why are you sitting up here pleading your hate? Not even, yeah, just announcing your hate for us when we literally did nothing. Like, we're actually getting our education right now. We're actually doubling up on the work. Like, we're not just, why do you hate us? Like, what's up? That's basically what it was. Mostly her talking, mind you. Of course, I added my stuff in because it's my best friend. So it's mostly my best friend saying like, the what's your problem? Like, what is your problem with us? But really, it's she's mad because her job is to keep everybody out the hallway. But when early college kids come in, of course she's just trying to be security of the year, so she's trying to clear up the hallway. But we have a right to be in the hallway because just with us having that early college name, it kind of gives us a pass. So she's just mad because she feel like she's not doing her job. But we just here to let her know, like, it's okay. You're doing your job, sweetie. You just don't gotta worry about us. And every other security guard knew this. We just don't know why she was tripping. So we just arguing with her, and we finally walk away, and she's just still talking, and she's talking and talking. And do you know what she said to my best friend? She said, like, you better shut up before I beat your A. And then she was like, pig looking girl. So all that little me holding back and not talking went right out the window. I turned around like, what you say? And so I'm like, don't ever say that about her. Who are you? You're this grown man looking lady who trying to comfort a little kid that is half your size. Do not blah blah blah. I'm over here going off on her while and me and her going off on her at the same time. And but my best friend is like almost in tears because she's not even a weak person at all. My best friend is not a weak person at all. But to have somebody as like, and I'm emphasizing her manliness because it's not like just this fragile little lady that has said something to her. It's a man lady that is literally coming for her for no reason, for getting her education, for gaining the privilege to be out in the hallway in the first place. So she just kind of got overwhelmed on top of the anger because you can't really do nothing because that is a security guard. So and mind you, she called her all of this when we were down the hallway. So we turned around and was yelling in the flag hallway by the counselor's office. And we're just going off on her. And I finally just had to throw my little, actually, it wasn't even 2 cents. It was a whole dollar because I was going off. And then she was like, she basically was like, you not going to run up though? OMG. When I said, what you say? By the time I said what you say, my best friend was walking up. So if she walking 2 steps, I'm walking 3 steps. So we both, me and my best friend and the security guard, both going up to each other, and we both, and I cannot forget what happened. So either guidance counselors came out and said something, or we went up to her and nothing was done because of course it is her job. So either way, we was going like this security guard, and this is me and my friend, we meeting it together. Now what we did around that part is kind of blurred. I forgot if we got stopped or she started walking another way. Like, I'm not about to deal with y'all little kids. I think that's what happened. um I think once we went up to her and she seen we was like about that life and was actually like about to buck with the security guard, she was just like, I'm not about to lose my job over y'all B words. Y'all remember now. So, cause that's what got me hyped up. That's when I started crying. So she called me the B word, right? And but she kept walking, but we trying, like, after she called us that, we didn't keep walking towards her trying to fight because I mean, me and my best friend were smart, so we didn't want to get suspended. Not only smart in like book smart, but we also knew like the consequences that would come with such and such. So we did kind of back away and went the other way. But then we left to go find this one security guard, which I mentioned in my other story time, who we were really cool with and we looked at as a dad. So he was also the head security. So me and my best friend went to go look for him to basically tell him the situation and be like, you need to fire this girl or you need to calm her down before it's a serious problem. So whatever happened, we seen him because it took a minute because he's always just gone somewhere. So we end up finding him, and right before we got to him, the security guard got to him. And so she seen us coming to him and we were arguing. So we started arguing with the lady because we seen the lady again. And I think I said something first. Either me or Destiny said something first. And then I went up to no, she gonna tell like our dad because we call him our dad, but it's really the head security. She was like, "These girls are so disrespectful, and they need to be kicked out of this school." So she going, but she sounds like a man, but she was saying that to him, and then I was like, "No, dad," because I really called him dad. I was like, "No, dad, this lady needs to be fired. She called us the B word. She called her a pig. Blah 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 blah." So we, and then the lady was like, "No, no, I didn't. They lying. They lying." That's too when I started crying because I'm like, I did not know adults be lying this hard. So this is when I started crying. I was in tears because I wanted to sock her in her face so bad. You do not understand. I just wanted to sock her in her face so bad, but I couldn't because it's an adult. So I'm running up to her and I'm just started screaming in her face and I'm just like, "Stop lying!" And I was crying to my dad. I was like, "She is lying. She literally called us, sat up there and called us out of our names and said she hated us and called us B words and called us pigs. And you gonna sit up here and listen to her?" Because he was basically saying like, "Y'all shouldn't have," he said something like, "Y'all shouldn't have did such and such," which at the time, what was you trying to hear that for? Gonna defend ourselves to this adult just like if it was one of these kids because clearly she's not acting up the part how she's supposed to be. So I'm getting mad at him and he's telling me to calm down and I'm just not listening because I'm low-key mad at him too, and he's telling my best friend to calm down as well, but we're not calming down. Sorry y'all, but I just too gotta get me some water to finish telling this story. mm, I didn't even have enough water in my bottle. Dang. Oh, so basically, I'm just crying and I'm arguing with her and I'm mad. And the head security and other securities came up at this point because it was loud, and he's just trying to hold us back. And he's telling us to stop, and I'm not stopping because I'm mad at him. But then it's something like in my heart that I was like, "Stop! Like this is someone that you look to as your dad. This is your dad telling you to stop." And he was mad. And besides the time that I told y'all with the story time, this is the second time he had genuinely got mad at me. So he like not pushed us in like an abusive way, but like was backing us up so we can just shut up because he was telling us to shut up and everything. I'm like, oh my god, he's too our dad. So he was telling us to shut up and everything, and we was, well, by that time we shut up, but the lady did kept saying stuff and I kept talking. He said shut up, and then we too got escorted into the police office. So me and my best friend had to sit up in there and have a confession, not a confessional, but a conference with the head security and a police officer, and then I think it was this one dude. He was kind of just in there though. Like I don't think he was anybody. Actually, he low key was. It was almost like he was a disciplinarian because I only seen him really working with the bad kids or like the trouble kids. So maybe he was like a disciplinarian. Him, the officer, the head security, and then that little disciplinarian guy and us. And we're literally just sitting there and we're hyped up at first. But the police officer and the head security is just basically telling us like, calm down before you tell this story because we don't want this to get loud. And plus the assistant principal's office was next door, and they were like on our side because although I am saying police officer, like, I mean, we could have very well got, I mean, he's so much a police officer, like, could have arrested us, but he was, like, cool with us, especially with me and my best friend, because we always used to kind of mess with him. Like, although the story seems a little crazy, we are respectful girls. Like, we don't just pop off at the mouth at just adults for no reason. Like, no, I just felt like we had every reason to do this because we were called out of our name and like just being disrespected for no reason, for being girls who were actually getting their education and had the right to be out in the hallway because we worked so hard just to walk in the one little hallway. Like, girl, be quiet. Anyways, so they was just calming us down. We had this whole conference and we had to keep telling the story, and I remember us getting so mad, and my best friend especially, we was getting so mad. They kept like constantly saying, "Are you sure that's what you heard? You could have been mishearing stuff." And we're sitting there like, I know they is not saying this right now. So y'all really think we're both this dumb and we both didn't hear it right? So we both need to get the earwax checked out of our ears. Please let me know. We both did not hear the same exact thing. Like, no, it's not like we turned to them and was like, did she just say? Did she just say? No, we both heard it and we both acted on it. It's not like we had a whole meeting and was like, oh yeah, I decided that this is what she said, and then went to her. Like, no, we both turned around because we was both in shock about what she said. So that's one part that made me mad, because the security guard didn't even get like in trouble for it, really. I mean, he probably talked to them separately, because she did like never talk to us again or even look our way. But I mean, she low-key knew better. But I kind of just think like, I don't know. I just really felt like it should have been handled better, as in her getting fired. But then again, it was the end of the school year, so he probably, because she didn't come back the next year for my 5th year, which I'll explain in another video. So he probably was like, you know, you just can't come back, which I was happy about because I didn't have to see her. So yeah, it was just a little crazy story, and it just ended so crazy. I just really can't believe that like the police was involved, and that our dad was constantly telling us to shut up and having to shove us down the hallway so we can just shut up. But I mean, that's just the crazy stuff that happens. And I know, I mean, that's when I just finally realized that adults lie. Like, they literally lie, will sit up in your face and lie, and you would think they have grew up enough to not like tell a bold-faced lie like that. Like, literally you're acting like a kid. But no, yeah, that is just my story time. I probably went all over the place. I hope y'all even got the gist of the story. If y'all didn't, basically we're about to fight a security guard because she called us out of our name. She called us the B word and she called us a pig, and we basically ended it off with having to have a conference with the head security, a disciplinarian, and the police officer. So this is a summary of the story. Yes, subscribe right here. My pretty little face is going to be like right here, I believe, on the like the last 20 seconds of the video. Also click the bell to receive a notification every time that I post. Shout out to this girl Tasha. She put hashtag notification gang, and she made me want to start doing post notification shout out. So I will most definitely, if you comment within the first 20 minutes of my video, you will get a shout out on my page, where I'll make your name like show up right here, and then hopefully that'll encourage people to follow you so you can get more followers. If my little bit of followers can help. Also, thank you again for 100 subscribers. We only go up from here. It is Dark Beauty 925 signing out of this live. Bye.